and there is a problem in the system, what you do then if you don't get the right answer? And this is the challenge. And the customer is speaking on our behalf. He says, listen, if I could ask a Christmas present, this is what I want. This is exactly what I wanted.
Welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. Just sit back, relax, and learn from the leaders of today. It's a journey. Each one is different, unique, inspiring. Let's get started. This episode is powered by J Ventures, a community-driven VC fund in Silicon Valley in partnership with Leumi Tech and sponsored by Hippo Insurance, Turing, Upwest Labs, and Hillel at Stanford. Knowledge is quickly becoming the most sought-after, mysterious piece of the technology puzzle that we're still unraveling. It often takes a lot of deep technology, a lot of focus, and a lot of unanswered questions to get to something meaningful. Meet Sagi Eliyahu, the CEO of KMS Lighthouse, a global leader in knowledge management software. Over the last 4 years, he managed to take KMS from a small boutique startup to a company that serves Fortune 500 global brands. Sagi has extensive knowledge in building and scaling up businesses and starting new innovations. He established the international business division of Israel IT giant Aman Group from zero more than 15 years ago and has managed to grow the business year over year. Sagi worked at KPMG in the high-tech group assisting startups in fundraising and go-to-market plans. He also holds a BA in Business Administration and an MBA from the College of Management and is a certified accountant. Sagi Eliyahu, welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, very, very welcome to be here. Where in Israel are you right now? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ramat Gan.
From Ramat Gan. Wonderful. Okay, so we're just
on the border of Tel Aviv. It's really on the border of Tel Aviv, not far from the central park of Tel Aviv. So I'm really watching from the window, the central park of Tel Aviv.
That's beautiful, and so we're definitely not too far away. And what I'm excited to talk about with you in these 20 minutes is the whole idea of knowledge management and what does knowledge actually mean, both in the context of your previous roles, whether it's as VP International Business for Aman Computers or Corporate Finance for KPMG, but today the CEO of KMS Lighthouse, and over the past almost 5 years, growing it from a small boutique startup to a large company that is working and providing solutions for Fortune 500 companies. And so, Sagi, take me back, perhaps a little bit to your childhood. Tell me a little bit about what does knowledge mean to you, and how do you find your childhood resonate with this passion that you have today for knowledge management?
So, first of all, knowledge management, as a child, you don't call it knowledge management. You go to school, you study, and everything that you study and you want to consume it, this is knowledge. And you don't even understand it until you get adult and you use it on your day-to-day at work. So I'm not sure that knowledge management means a lot as a child for me, but knowledge management is your ability to get the information that you need when you need it. So think about Google. Google is something, think what you do without Google. Let's ask it differently. What you would do without Google.
Right.
I'm not sure you can do much in life. You are depending. You look for a restaurant.
Not anymore.
Anything, you go to Google. So knowledge management is knowledge that Google doesn't have. It's a knowledge that exists in people's brain. It's knowledge that exists in a business, that it's procedures, processes, definitions, and things of this nature that when you are as a business and you need to provide service or to get the knowledge right, you need it now. And you want the local Google to work for you. And this is knowledge management. And it sounds like simple, but think about yourself. How much time in your day you look for information as part of your day-to-day work? Anything, think about it for a second.
Anything.
So, by the way, Gartner, IDC, Forrester estimate that an employee spend 1 hour a day looking for information. And this is knowledge management. 1 hour a day you spend just to get something right. And there are multiple ways to...
So, Sagi, even before we dive into the importance of it or how you resolve it, why is it so difficult? What is it about this idea of knowledge and answering those questions? Because what you're describing here is not just the idea of how do we, keep knowledge, but also how do you provide it with a short SLA and provide the answers you're looking for in the minimum amount of time?
Yeah. So the way to get knowledge is by training and education. So take example of the simplest business, call center, a telecom provider, AT&T, they have a new agent. This new agent start to get calls, and they get this request, I want to upgrade my package, I have a problem. Think about this use case, and now it's a new agent. He need to respond to a case, he want to close the case, and he want to respond right. So there are multiple ways to address it. One way, he learn everything by heart. The other way, you give him a platform that he can ask a human question, how do I do this and that? Or what's the way to upgrade the platform or to upgrade the service? And he get the answer. And this is, it sounds like easy, but this is a challenge. And the technology in this market exists for the last 20 years or so. But in my opinion, it didn't have AI and other technologies that arrived in the last 4 to 5 years in more advanced solutions. And this is the reason that there is now a new enrollment of new technologies trying to overcome a problem that exists for the last 20, 30 years. And AI, for example, if you take AI as a technology that enable us to predict, enable us to understand, enable us to get the intent, it stands for the intent of the person. This is a technology that's changing the way you consume knowledge. Instead of learning everything by heart and trying to remember each situation, what you do, you are asking a question and the engine works for you. And this is what we are bringing in KMS Lighthouse to the table, a new technology that is actually resolving a problem that exists for many, many years.
No, that all of that makes a lot of sense to me. So walk me through, the last 5 years or so. What's actually been happening? Why do you decide to focus your time on this issue, which by now I'm convinced as to that question, but then how do you go about resolving it? How do you go about saying, okay, I have a differentiator here, and the way that I'm approaching this is a little bit different than everybody else?
So it starts with, first of all, understanding there is a problem. So you speak with customers, you learn what challenges they have. You learn what processes they have in order to bring new employees. You understand where is the information resistant, where it's sitting inside the organization. And during those discussions and calls, you figure out that the problem is huge because there are multiple folders, multiple domains, multiple, people. It's really a massive information that currently is really distributed in silos. And for each problem, they have a different system. So I will give you an example. A bank will have a system that supports employees, regular employees on day-to-day. It will be one system, will be different system for agents, will be different system for bankers in the branch, and will be different system that support customers when they go online. So think, what a challenge, multiple system, multiple people, different skill set. By the way, not an agent is not someone like, a manager, someone that manages a bank, but someone that manages a bank also need the information. And we figure out that there isn't a single system that is enterprise-wide. They have a lot of small solutions for each problem. For agents, I'm telling you, they had a system. For bankers in the branch, they had something that enabled the bankers to do their job better. Self-service, by the way, if you look for self-service, don't look today. Now we are moving a real digital transformation. Before COVID, what is self-service? No one had any clue what is self-service. In a good scenario, you had 2-3 questions in FAQ. It wasn't a really self-service. So all those challenges are coming together, and it's enterprise. You want a system with authorization. You want each person to see what he's allowed to see. You want each person to get different answer. But so if you are a internal employee, you want to get a certain answer. If you are external customer, maybe different answer. Maybe the marketing need to write the answer so you don't have any complaint later on. So, and this is when I went to speak with customers, I figure out they have a huge problem. And this is how we started. So we understand the challenge, we understand the problem, and then we start to work with our customers. And then we said, how we can make your life better in terms of knowledge management. And this is how we start the journey. And the real story is a customer of us. It's a Mizrahi Bank, is one of the largest banks in Israel. They had several agents that moved to the branches. And the agent said, why we don't have Lighthouse in the branch? Why as an agent in the call center had the system? Why now? I've been asked the same questions. Why don't have the system? And this is how we get to understand that the problem is enterprise-wide. It's not a silo.
Right. No, and it sounds to me also that this bottom-up approach of providing the value to the people that are actually asking these questions, because I'm assuming that traditionally, you can obviously go top down, but the real pain that you're solving is for the people that are working hard to find those answers. So when a manager asks a question and it takes a few hours to answer, the person that is, really hurting with those few hours are the people that are looking for the answers. Oftentimes, I'm imagining that the managers aren't even aware of the complexity that goes behind those infinitely small decision-making points in the day-to-day of the employees, right?
Exactly.
Now, why are you in this? Why are you so excited about knowledge management, about what you're doing here? What is it about it that says this is the problem that I choose to solve?
First of all, again, I think it's a huge problem. I think the market, analysts said the market is billions of dollars. And again, the solutions that are over there, for me, they are dinosaurs. And it's not a joke. Go for the largest bank in the US. Go to the largest insurance company in the UK. We are working with those guys. It's green system. It's like mainframes. It's like Ep410 in certain cases. It's a systems that are not friendly. The search is not advanced. The question that you are asking, you need to know exactly what you look for. You need to ask insurance number, this and that. Or you need to understand exactly what you look for. And they claim it's not friendly. We need to train the agent how to search. Why you need someone to train how to search? In Google, think that now in Google, before you go to Google, I'll tell you, listen, I need to give you a course of 1 month to teach you how to search in Google. You will laugh. So the same exists in enterprises. We are overcoming something that the search is there, but it's totally not friendly, and they want to move to the next generation. And we are providing the next generation. And again, it's not only search, it's decision flows. Because certain answers, it's not a pure search. There is a solution if you are, credit card. If you are a student, there is a different credit card. If you are employed, you are not employed. If you are retired. So they need to have a decision flows that take them a flow by flow in order to provide the right answer. I can tell you a customer of us, GE Healthcare, all their MRI, all their big system machines are being now, the call center that is supporting those use cases is being powered by KMS Lighthouse. And listen, before they had the system, but the problem was to find information when you need it. And now think that you schedule an appointment to get, unfortunately, an MRI. And there is a problem in the system. What you do then if you don't get the right answer? And this is the challenge. And the customer is speaking on our behalf. He says, listen, if I could ask a Christmas present, this is what I want. This is exactly what I wanted. So the market is there, but it's different. We are reinventing a market that exists for many years, but in totally different way.
So what I'm hearing across the theme here over the past 13 minutes or so is this constant validation that on one hand, that this validation exists because this is not a new market. You're reinventing the way that we're thinking about these solutions, but the problem has been there for a long time with what I hear partial solutions. And what I'm also hearing from you is that the real breakthrough that we've had over the past 5 years is through these new technologies, we're able to not just index the data and maintain it, which I guess answers the question from right before we started recording, but it allows us to manage it and it allows us to respond to it quickly. And obviously, I'm sure that as a founder and CEO, you have some great sense of satisfaction when you have an exec from GE come and say, listen, without this technology, we wouldn't be able to answer a lot of the questions we're answering.
This is exactly the case. So I'm very passionate about what we do. I think that, I'm meeting a lot of customers. By the way, pandemic was good for us as a company, not as a personal, we are struggling and hopefully we can book the first vacation quickly. in the near future. Pandemic was good for us. Now think about everything I just described, but now you need everybody to send home. Okay, so before that you had, let's say, a call center, 3,000 people sitting in a room, and they can ask a question,
Yes.
one each other.
You can scream into each other.
Yes, they can scream on each other. That's it. Now he's at home, and probably, I don't know even where exactly he's at home. Maybe he's in a coffee place, or I don't know exactly, and he's the bank. Now where someone is calling him, he needs to resolve the problem. He cannot advise. He cannot ask anyone what to do. And that's it. He needs to resolve it. So this has created for us a huge market opportunity. Fortune 500 companies speaking to us, incoming calls, saying how we can resolve this, because they understand that the world before pandemic and after pandemic, it's different. The employment will be different. Everybody now speaking about hybrid employment, hybrid workspace. No one is speaking, sure. That's it, it's done. We are behind it, everything back. You don't imagine now that everybody will be back in the same place. Things are moving. And this move removed the opportunity to train. It's difficult to train. By the way, I spoke with AIG, is a customer of ours, and asked her what was the impact of us in the pandemic. And she says, listen, I don't know how I could even recruit new employees without your system. I interview them by Zoom, and they start the first day at home. And you say, welcome to work. That's it. The life has changed. And when the life changes, you need to come with a new technology. You need to come with a new offering. You cannot train as you trained before. You cannot support physically even the employee as you support before. By the way, in our system, we are also putting the employee in the center. He has his picture, his favorite things. He can keep, he feels someone cares for him. It's not just that you give him a place to search. He feels in the center. He can provide feedback. The system will understand where the feedback is coming from. So he's becoming the center of the organization, even though he's distributed. And this is the new reality.
I think that it's very, very timely that we're having this conversation, obviously, and I think that what you're doing there is really cool in every sense of the word. Just this idea of thinking about how obviously it had a big impact on companies before, pre-COVID, post-COVID. We can only imagine the independence, the autonomy that you're providing, and that you're allowing employees to take. I think that's really the big impact from what I'm hearing here. What it sounds to me is that a lot of these questions were answerable before, but now you're providing a level of autonomy that was previously, desired. Today, it's mandated. Today, it is a part of who we are, and there's no going back. Sagi, we don't have much time, unfortunately, but I really want to hear the story of purchasing your first car, and then I have some of my own fun questions at the end.
So you asked me to provide something funny, but since I was a small child, first of all, I'm very energizer. I'm always in a mood. But since I was a small child, I wanted to have a car. And starting the age 12 or 13, I start to wash cars in my neighborhood. And people start, to invite me to wash their cars. And by the age of 17, I had enough money to buy my first car. And I think this is, again,
incredible.
This is something special, because a child on the age of 12, 13, thinking about the car and working hard to get his first car, it's something special. So because you asked for something funny, I said, maybe this is something nice to share with everybody.
I love it. Okay, Sagi, are you ready for some fun, quick questions for the end?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll go from easy to hard. Number one, what was one of your favorite subjects in school, from kindergarten up until high school?
This is easy, mathematics. I love mathematics. I always enjoy. This is probably the only thing I love to do. I was, by the way, I was very good in it. This is probably why I love it. And it's very simple.
Or maybe the other way around.
Exactly. But this is a very simple question.
I love the simplicity of it. Sagi, one of your role models, real or fake?
So I think I like to watch Denzel Washington. I don't know if you had, he's speaking about leadership.
I love Denzel,
And, I saw it several times, by the way, the same video I can see several times, and he's speaking about the fact that if you fall forward, you never fall back. And I really, I feel like that, even if you lose a deal, you lose an opportunity, forget about it, don't do root cause analysis. In your stomach, you understand why you lost it. Always think about the good thing, what is left on the table, and focus on the places you are about to win. Winning, this is what you need to focus. And if you lost, okay, at least you played the game, you understand what you did. Probably don't spend too much, hurting yourself, focus, on the next win, and that's it. And this is, I think, something, I don't know Denzel Washington personally, but when I listen to him, this is, I think, the model. This is his pitch. Look forward, don't look back.
I love it. 3 words you would use to describe yourself.
I'm always smiling, energy, and winning. Almost every sentence I finish, it's let's win. And I'm always smiling. People ask me, how come you're smiling all the time? I'm smiling, that's it. I don't know, it's part of my body. I feel like I need to, I'm smiling. So smile, and the winning, it's something that if you go to my LinkedIn, any place you feel it. You feel this vibe.
I love it. And I think coupled with the smiling and with the energizing, it makes perfect sense. Sagi, thank you very, very much. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much, Michael. And it was really a pleasure. It was very fast. 20 minutes, you said. I feel like
it's unbelievable.
So thank you, and looking forward to see you again.
That's how I feel every time. Thank you very, very much. Take care. Bye-bye.